What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we got some dragonflight content for you guys. So if you guys are curious and don't really know what to play come dragonflight when it comes to healing in PvP, I'm gonna hopefully give you guys some information. I played every single healer on beta for quite a bit, and I got a good feel for them, which ones are performing well, which ones are more fun to play. So we're gonna go through a quick tier list. You know, again, this is my opinion, based on what I played. It's not set in stone. And then at the end, I'm gonna go just give you like a little for fun tier list, like which one's the most fun to play. So let's get right into it. So the first class we got is the Discipline Priest, and we're gonna have some of the elite sets in the background if you guys want to check them out, and I'll have them going back there. So the first one that we have is Disc Priest. So Disc Priest, I am going to be an eager beaver here, and I'm gonna put him at an S tier. Okay, after playing every single healer, Disc Priest felt the best. Okay, reason why. This shit is bursty, man. Dragonflight is equivalently but probably even higher burst at this. Obviously, this game isn't out. Maybe they're going to tune more. But at this current point, the game is faster than Shadowlands. And because of that reason, Disc Priests have humongous shields now. Like, if you guys aren't following the buffs, their shields actually are shields. And being able to instantly stop damage and give yourself a second to, you know, recuperate, give your teammate a second to get a defensive up or something like that is just priceless, man. Offensive capability is insane. Catharsis is an ability that is extremely overtuned for both priest specs, and it's hitting up to 50k, up to 50% of somebody's health with a single button, and it's instant. And you can pair that with Mind Games, which is critting for more than 50% of someone's health. It's a lot of offensive capabilities with little effort, and the defensive healing and shielding is phenomenal. The only one class right now that is absolutely just cranking in deep damage is Affliction Locks. For some reason, their corruption is insane. I don't know what they did to it, but the only healer where I felt safe, really safe, and you know, chilling the whole time was freaking Disc Priest, man. I press Rapture, shield everybody, and then shield them all again. No one takes any damage. It was completely different from playing another class that I'm panicking to heal up. So Disc Priest is going to be on number one for both defensive, offensive, and utility wise. It just feels amazing and very useful, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal asset to solo shuffle. Okay, next up we got Holy Priest. I'm going to put Holy Priest as an A tier. Pretty much the same stuff as Disc Priest, except you don't have, you know, the Schism and like the Shadow Covenant stuff, but it's really not that different. The big thing is the shields are not, you don't have that power, the Aegis talent that Disc Priests have that makes their shields like ridiculous. But Holy is feeling great, man. It virtually feels the same as Shadowlands. You obviously don't have Greater Fade anymore, but you gained Imperial Blaze, which is like an instant Holy Fire, triple instant Holy Fire ability, and it's damn, it does so much damage for what it is, and it's on a 30-second cooldown. So the offensive capabilities of Holy Priest are just even better. Defensive got slightly worse because of Greater Fade, but everything else is pretty much the same. You have, you know, Chastise done still, and the Holy Fire thing helps refresh Chastise again. So I think Holy Priests are going nowhere, man. I think just a little better because of those shields, man. Those shields are phenomenal. I can't say it enough. Next up here we have Holy Paladin. We have Holy Paladin. I am going to put them at a solid A tier as well. Okay, Holy Paladin, again, very similar. Actually, they got quite a bit different. They have a new barrier. They have melee wings came back as like an actual ability. Melee wings was actually really fun. I think it's going to be pretty fun to play in twos with like a warrior or something like that. The healing was phenomenal. I've had like judgments that were healing for an entire health bar, like 100% of my health, which is crazy to see. Their damage is better. They got a reckoning talent as well. Their healing felt better, a little bit worse because you don't have like the constant Light of Dawn procs with Necrolord, but there are abilities that do mimic that. And they nerf like their proc chance on their wings, which is going to hurt them a bit, but I'd still put them at an A tier. If I'm going to put them at probably at like the bottom of the A tier. So definitely still a solid pick. Really fun, cool new abilities, but don't think it's like, I think the Necrolord meta was just probably a little bit better than what this current state is. And next up we're going to go Mistweaver. Okay, Mistweaver, I'm going to put them a little bit above Holy Paladin, but yet again an A tier. Mistweaver throughput through the roof. Yeah, they're good. They're good at really good at raw healing. And another fun thing why you might want to be playing Mistweaver is Fist Weaving, man. Fist Weaving felt awesome. They did a lot of cool assets. They buffed the crap out of Rising Sun Kick. They buffed to do your healing, your ancient teachings. You can proc via Baneline Stomp, which makes it a lot more easier. The healing just felt better. I don't think it's going to be that great in threes, but in twos, I think it's definitely going to be a thing, and I am for sure going to be trying that out. And 3s, it's kind of the same thing. You got a shorter cooldown Yulon. You have a 1 minute cooldown Yulon, which is going to be really helpful. It's going to be a little bit better. So I'm going to say like the healing and stuff just a smidge better than Shadowlands. But the the utility and stuff is still kind of in the same boat. You do have a slow and a kick though. Don't forget that. Same with Paladin. Paladin gained a kick as well. I feel like I can't really like say one of these healers are just not like terrible. I feel like all these healers are looking pretty good right now. Mistweaver though, throughput really good. It gained kick, fist waving capabilities back, and slow, which is going to be pretty good. Next up here we have, oh, I forgot to go through these. This was the monk that we talked about. This was the paladin. And next up to the Resto Druid. Resto Druid, we are going to put that at an A tier as well. Look at that. Resto Druid feels great, man. 2s, you're going to have so much utility between potentially Typhoon, Kick, Incap Roar, Rake Stun, Maim. If you can run a whole utility build where you have literally everything and it's bonkers. Offensive capabilities definitely still there. Nature's Vigil, it does a lot of damage. It converts your healing to damage and actually cranks. Defensively, they buffed the benefit of mastery now because Life Bloom, they buffed Life Bloom a lot, and then they made it Life Bloom counts as like 3 hots essentially for your mastery, which can boost your healing even more. So the healing throughput of hots felt really good, which is something we haven't seen in a bit. It's been like a very bursty, like relying on Send Ward and stuff like that, but being able to potentially keep Convoke, keep Adaptive Swarm, keep Incarnation, Invigorate's a new ability that they added, which is like the old Genesis. Really nice for burst healing. Be able to soul if you're like getting pressure and you can't cast, you could Swift Mend, Soul the Forest, Rejuve, and then Invigorate it, and it's gonna speed it up really quick and heal you a lot quicker. So it's a nice alternative to burst healing outside of Nature's Swiftness. It feels really good, honestly. So I think that's gonna definitely help out. And yeah, I think between the utility and the healing, it's definitely going to be there. But the one thing I felt like, again, like what I was saying with Disc, why I don't think it's going to be up there is the don't have like that instant shield, and not the offensive damage isn't as high. Okay, and then next up here, we do have one more here. We do have the Evoker. I know it's not on this tier list, but Resto Shaman gonna be putting up there as well. I'm gonna put it like right there. Like these are all really close, man. I can't even put them at a different tier, to be honest. But Resto Shaman, really fun, man. They feel very similar to Shadowlands. You gained more though. You potentially can run, I was running like the Ascendance proc on top there. You can run like a ton of Riptide stuff, and Riptide was like healing more than Healing Surge. It's crazy. With Riptide procs, or sorry, Ascendance procs. You also have Stormkeeper. You also have the option to take Stormkeeper, the option to take Lightning Lasso, which is game changer, man. Lightning Lasso is going to bring our Shaman up big time, okay? That was a big thing that Shamans didn't have, that like why people wanted to play double casters. No one really played double casters with Shamans, because they used to back in the day with Bloodlust, like in Wrath and TBC, but like they kind of fell off, like MLS and all that kind of stuff, because you didn't really have a stun to set up for your casters. Now you will, and you can just stick to a pillar, poke out, lasso, poke behind the pillar, and the lasso does good damage. And you also contribute Stormkeeper damage as well, and Thunderstorm. Neat little thing with that. It was really annoying for me before I realized it. Like when I would play Druid and I'd go for a rake into a clone onto a Shaman, he'd get Thunderstorm me away, and I'm like, that's just another little nuance that they get, and it's really useful for especially helping out with CC. Okay, and yeah, so I think Shaman's great. You also get NS as a Shaman. It's not as powerful as Druid NS, because you don't get like that extra bonus on your regrowth, but it's just cool to have another instant cast heal. But I definitely think our Shaman's gonna be up there as well. And last but not least, we got the Evoker, okay? So I don't have an icon for Evoker, but I am going to put the Evoker at a B tier, okay? Let me explain why. I think the utility kit of Evoker is there. Like, if you played this crap, sorry, I didn't mean to call it crap, this class, wrong C word. If you played this class absolutely flawlessly, it could be, A tier, borderline S tier. But the problem is, it is ridiculously hard to play well, okay? I'm saying that from my experience playing every healer, playing everything offensively, like trying to like push the boundaries on everything. It is not easy at all. It is very, very, very cooldown based class. You don't have a lot of heals per se, but you have a lot of mini cooldowns, like from 30 seconds to a minute and a half to 2 minutes. Yeah, I think you have, might be wrong on this, but I believe it's like 14 cooldowns in total. Which is insane to have to, monitor. Like, obviously coming from like a less experienced player, it is extremely overwhelming think it will have a good asset, be a good asset in like RBGs. But I think, like, you know, people were making jokes about how you have to type in like it's an advanced class, are you sure you want to play? That's true. Maybe not as bad in PvE, but PvP, man, this crap is hard to play. Very, very hard to play. So that's the reason I'm going to put it at a B tier. I think if you play it flawlessly, you could definitely put it as an A tier or potentially even an S tier, because it has some really cool utility. It's just so hard and difficult to pull off. I like to compare it. People ask me about it. It's like you have to play it at like a 99 percentile level and you get the same result of a holy priest playing at a 70% percentile. You know, you're putting in so much effort for the same result as another healer putting in less effort. So for that reason, I really don't think anyone's gonna be a big time Evoker main. If trying, I mean, maybe we'll find out some niche comps like with the extended CC stuff. Maybe it would work out. But I really couldn't even think of a comp where Evoker was better than another healer in that situation. Like Dish just always felt better for especially like the melee cleaves, and the Druid always felt better, and like, you know, and Arshan felt better in like casters for that little extra benefit for them for stuns. I just didn't really find a spot. I can't even think of anything that would be better as an Evoker. So, you know, for those reasons, I'm gonna put it down there at the B tier. So in the end, I think the healers are really well balanced, similar to Shadowlands, where I think every healer really has a shot at being viable. We'll see how it develops going in. Like, you know, granted, I'm pretty much only playing solo shuffle and duels, so I wasn't able to play twos. So we'll see, you know, how things change with dampening levels and everything like that, because dampening is way higher in solo shuffle than regular threes, so things might change. Maybe some classes are better with the dampening or not. So this is what we got going forward. If you guys want my for fun tier, okay, so for fun, I'm gonna definitely leave Disc at S. I'm gonna put our Druid at S, and I'm gonna put our Shaman at S. I think these are all so much fun to play between all their utility that you gain. Holy Priest, I'm gonna put A tier. I'm gonna probably put Mistweaver and Holy Paladin down at B tier, and I would put Evoker at B as well. If you're not good at Evoker, it's a freaking D tier. Like I was so frustrated first playing this class. I gave it a few days. You know, I'm not an expert. Let me say that I'm not an expert at Evoker. People could be amazing at it, and maybe I just don't know. But it was so difficult and frustrating to play. But these classes, I think Fistweaving is an S tier for sure for fun levels. But I think overall, you know, you're still going to be a defensive, sit behind the pillar type of healer. So for that reason, I'll probably drop it down a little bit. But these, if you're looking for a class to play for fun, these three definitely pickups. Holy Priest a little short behind, because you don't have like some of the cool assets like the shadow stuff that Disc has. But there we go, guys. So you got my tier list, my for fun list. Again, this is not permanent. Like, this is just my opinion on based on what I played. If you guys do have any comments or any questions about any of the beta like content for like any of the healers, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you guys want to see anything else. Thanks for watching. Peace out.